exhaust on it, port them, make them like a kind of a hot rod. Across the creek, I'll span the creek like she says. So you get a call, like I said previous, to buck up this wood, and you go there and you're like, okay, this is gonna be fun. We're gonna make some money today, feed the family. But I was watching this YouTube channel and there was this guy cutting fire and he had this big tractor. Hi everybody. Wow. What a busy time. Good to see us. Just kind of getting back into the groove of well, that's not true. I'm not. I think I wish I was, but I'm not. We have a funeral to prepare for and all kinds of stuff. And we're in it. We're right in it. But regardless, I wanted to thank the folks who came to see me at Paul Bunyan. I'm just getting a little bit of footage up now. I'm not going to put a whole pile of footage up because, friends, it's really just me shaking hands and meeting people. And I ran a little bit of saw. I ran some 125. The Tin Man's had a little bit up. Tin Man, thank you so much. Justin Sizemore, DGP freaking, you guys helped out a ton for us this year there. And with the space and what a nice fellow that Scott is. Besides his products he has, he's just a nice guy. And Mr. Sizemore was there, and Marty Rudder, and Brian Hebert. There's just too many names to begin with. But we had such a good time. I was grounded. I was very grounded for the show. I felt good. I cut timber 4 days prior with Old School. And anyway, I just want to put a little bit of this up here, friends, because there's a crowd around. And I'm just talking to the young men who perhaps maybe are getting on a power saw. And friends, I'll just say this. I ran the saw all weekend and it was sharp when I was done. So you guys have seen me do it 1,000 times on the channel, but I don't just willy-nilly. I always have a program and a plan. I've always kind of one step ahead. If I got to clean a log before I buck it, that's what I do. So I just spieled on and showed my little system and had some fun. You can hear me. I'll turn it up a bit. You can hear me, but I'm not going to voice over or nothing. I'm just going to play it out, little blurbs, and just listen closely because you can hear what I'm saying. You can. It's just that we tried some mics in the George, if you're watching, brother, thank you again for all your help. We had a fan from the channel, a subscriber who really helped out with Bunyan with some of the filming and brought some stuff. We didn't end up using it all, George, but man, you were set up, and we appreciate you big time, Giorgio and Elisa, your lady. So thank you guys all so much. Anyway, let's get into it, friends. And I hope you enjoy this. It's good to be back, kind of starting to get moving again here. It's been a long 3 months. Let's say that. Over and out. And he was able to grab it with the tractor and shake all the dirt off and hold it there for himself. You know, and just cut right here, right like that. So he's nowhere near the dirt. And that's fun. But that's not real life. For a guy who bought a truck and a saw and he wants to be his own man and go out and feed his family and be his own man, be free. So he has to have a plan. He looks around, he makes the plan. That log was on top yesterday. So it's like fallen timber. You've always got to have an opening. And tree work, when you're doing tree work, you go up, you tie in, you come back down. You take a limb away because this next limb's going in that same hole. Everything has a place. It's the same with all my tasks. I
and have a plan. So I'm not here to teach you, to tell you to do anything. I'm here to show you what I do. We run long bars. This is actually short for me. I run a 32-inch bar. You all know what a kickback is. I don't have to explain that to you, but I'm going to show you anyway. You hear all these terms in the industry: kickback, widowmaker, all these terms. So I'll show you what a kickback is, and that's why long bar is lovely in one aspect. This 28. This is a 28. Yeah. I run 32 normally. So these things say press the little ball, the little gas ball. There's all kinds of ways to start a saw. If you had my back, you wouldn't be starting a saw like this. I can't do that. I can, but it just makes no sense to me. But it's a good thing to do if that's what you're into. I would put it up here because I'm straighter, and you know what I mean. For me, it's about that now. So there's all kinds of ways to start a saw. But my point was just put the handbrake on when you're starting it, no matter what. Because a lot of saws, if they're on high idle and you're starting a saw, the chain's going to start running. You could slip it, hit the dirt. Now you're back to square one again. So I just start with the handbrake on. Now you can do this, right? You can do the drop start thing. That's a good method, right? So this is, as I said, so now it's choked. It's choked. No fuel, not putting any fuel on it, it's just choked. So that's pretty good for a stock saw. So now I crack the throttle and it knocks it on to kind of regular game. Handbrake's on. Now we're off to the races now. Pretty quiet, isn't it? You watch the channel? It's pretty quiet, isn't it? Kickback, you hear about kickback. Kickback is this. When it's designed, you have it, the handbrake went off from the kickback. So that's how it's all designed. The kickback, that handbrake goes on, it just hit it right there. But if it doesn't do it, you can get it. Right, and if you're down there with a short little 20-inch bar like this, and you get a kickback, it's just coming right at you. It can. So that's another kind of a bonus about a longer bar. I'm gonna cut from this side, so the sawdust is gonna be swinging a bit. So just be prepared. He's ready. He's got his mouth open. He's ready. I'm just going to clean up this log so we got a straight way to go here. see a lot of folks going like this. Never see somebody do that?
Oh yeah. Come on, Zach.
Hell yeah! These things are two-stroke machines. They're meant to scream. They're meant to run. You will carbon up the machine. Guys think they're going faster if they get the option. Just watch. That's all. Just watch what I do.
We're watching.
See that little chatter?
Oh yeah.
That's back bar. That's that kickback. That's that kickback zone. Right there. So that's the board cutting, right? So we work on a pulling chain. So you can board cut like this. That's going to be hard. You're best to pull in like this. And then start board. Board. You understand? Like, right? So board cutting is, you can board cut on a pulling chain to get started. This particular saw likes the red. It doesn't have a lot of bottom end. It's not a bottom end saw. It's 70 cc. So they prefer chain speed. You're going to get the best action out of the saw in the high revs, not down here. See, it wouldn't even like. Right? So use the dogs, but let the saw keep the RPMs up. This is a scenario where kickback can be really bad on that back log. Right? Imagine what's going to happen. Boom! You're down there with a short bar and you're in there. This is why it's nice back here. It's, you know, your legs, get a kickback, that saw's going to fling over there. Not straight into your face. Yeah, I know, my thumb's not wrapped around the bar, I know. saw. It brings me so much joy. It's given me everything I have in my life, this industry. We are all connected through the wood in some way. We are. If your kids haven't fed a wood stove yet, get a wood stove. So if you're starting a little firewood business, or to me it was so simple. I lived a different life before. I was 27 years old. I decided to take responsibility for a little life that I had the opportunity to have. I was on a bad road. I'll just say it. I was on a dark path, and a woman helped me with that. Bless her soul. She's not here today, but she gave me a reason. But regardless, all I knew is when I put that stuff away and took responsibility for the gift of life and decided to be a man and grow up and take responsibility, it was these things. It was these things that gave me a vehicle to do what I talked about earlier, being my own man. I never had no kids when I started this. It was just me and my wife. We had nothing. And I said, honey, like she had saved $11,000. This is back almost 30 years ago now. And she had saved $11,000, and I said, honey, listen, you that was when you could buy a house for 150 grand, where we're from. And I said, this will be our down payment, and I'll pay the mortgage. I said, you buy it, because I had nothing. I had nothing. I had a pickup truck. And these little suckers have given me everything, in more ways than one. I don't know if there's anybody in this crowd that enjoys to split firewood, like by hand. I mean, this is one of those things, So we're all connected through the wood. We live in interesting times, and I just think as a species, we need each other more than ever in history. And hiding from one another and fearing one another, thinking that someone's coming for your stuff, it doesn't make any sense to me. If you help them and give them something, maybe they won't need it so bad. So, watching a guy run a power saw, great, that's fun to me, but I'm not here to impress you with any of this stuff. I believe that we have a massive opportunity as human beings and as men and women to just get together now. Get together and help one another. Anyway, I'm honored that you're actually standing here giving me your time. That is true. So thank you so much for watching. If you're getting into this type of thing, we're actually raffling the saw. I think I said that earlier for anybody that's just walked up. But I really appreciate your time standing here in the hot sun having to listen to my flappers. That's just all for today.
Well, friends, I didn't really know what to throw up from Bunyan because it's really just a meet and greet. But I do a little presentation. I'm not a trainer. I'm not a power saw trainer. I'm not any of that. I could, if I was going to do a chainsaw safety or a power saw safety program, I would not be doing what I was doing there. This is just me running saw in a pile of logs, and there was lots of young fellers watching and people, and for some strange reason, I feel comfortable talking to people when I have a power saw in my hands. It flows easily for me. If I didn't have a saw or an axe in my hand, and I think that's because I feel confident on one. Do you know what I mean? Like it's my knitting. I often call it my knitting. You'll hear me say that. And that's what it feels like to me. It feels like I can sit there and knit and talk to you about something for a long, long time. So I don't know. I don't know if that makes any sense. But I wanted to throw up a little bit of footage from Bunyan. I did that, I think, once on Friday, once on Saturday. And I think I even maybe did another little one on Sunday. And I talked to two guys. I think it was Marvin and Tom. Marvin and Tom, you guys, I wish I had some footage of me talking to you old timers. What an honor to captivate you two, to have your time. Anybody that was there watching that, do you remember Marvin and Tom? What a wonderful thing. They're in their 80s, these guys, and we had a good chat. I'm grateful for anyone's time. Thank you for watching. We're in the process right now of setting up a celebration of life for my dad. We're not out of that yet, friends. We're still in it, but life is moving on. I climbed a tree the other day. That's coming up on the channel. Fell one down beside of a house. Got out my huskies, ripping, roaring, throwing axes around. So we're getting back into the loop. I love yous all very, very much. Work hard, be honest, and be kind. And I'll see you next year at Bunyan. See you on the next video.